Word for you today, it's Monday, May the 12th. Our lesson today is knowing the season you're in. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. That's Ecclesiastes 3:1. Most people familiar with Ecclesiastes chapter 3. It's telling us that God is sovereign over all creation, including people. This means he has control over all things. It's a short verse, but it says a lot. It says there is a time for everything. When does a farmer plant his crops? Well, he plants them in the spring. Why? So that when the rains come, the crops grow. If he waits till middle of summer, oftentimes there's not the rain. And even if rain does come, they come up, the weather gets colder in the fall and the crops won't produce. So there's a time for everything. A farmer knows that. So he plants his crops in the spring. In the same way, there's a time for everything in our lives. In Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10, it says, "For we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." Since God has a plan for us, there is a season for us, much like a farmer. Sometimes we're very busy, and it seems like there's things just going on all the time, and sometimes it seems like things just are very slow. Well, in God's sovereignty, he may have a time for us to be busy during one season in our life, and then may have a slower time as we get older. And it says there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. Some seasons find us very busy. Springtime's often very busy. There's work to do outside and getting ready for the growing season. If you're planting flowers or crop or have a garden or something, there's outdoor activities where we're busy. But then summer comes and sometimes it's hot and we slow down a little bit. And then fall comes and we're busy again. And then winter comes and oftentimes it's a slower time because it's cold and snowy and we're inside. So some seasons find us busy. Other seasons find us with time on our hands. You take a symphony or a band. You have the different instruments. And any particular song, one instrument or another may have more to play than another one. It's kind of like the seasons in life. Certain seasons in our life, we have more things to do than others. There are times when God has us to be very busy and time when he says, okay, you can relax a little. So question, what season are you in? Are you in a busy time right now where he's got things for you to do and you're real busy? Sometimes we try to make our busyness. And I know when I try to make things happen that God isn't making happen, man, I spend a lot of energy trying to make something happen and it just isn't going well. It's kind of like the little boy who was 2-year-old. He was in a stroller and he was at the store with his mom, and he was turning that steering wheel, and as his mom was pushing it along, he was turning it. But the funny thing is, every time he turned it to the left, it wouldn't go to the left. Every time he turned it to the right, it wouldn't right. Why? Because she had it tilted up just enough so that the front wheels wouldn't allow it to go the direction he turned it. Because if it went the direction he turned it, he'd be running into everything. Well, sometimes we're that way. We're so busy, we want to be so busy, and God says, no, right now is the time to rest a little bit. And sometimes we want to go to the left, and God says, no, I want you to go to the right. So just like that mom actually had control over that stroller, God has control over our lives. Now we can work with God, or we can fight him. It's entirely up to us. So again, what season of life are you in? Are you trying to run it? Or are you letting God? Have a good day.